My name is Bernstein. I'm an immigration attorney.
I am David Squeeze Annakie, and obviously one of the hosts on the Brad and Squeeze show. I have a business that's called Link Up Media, and it's been around since 1996, and decided to start a radio program.
And Mr. Annakie sold me some radio time and said I'm going to be on the radio with a guy by the name of Squeeze.
I didn't think it was going to evolve into a business.
I went back every week on Friday night to see Squeeze. And every Wednesday, Mr. Annakie would call me and ask for money to pay for this advertising time.
Give him this deep corporate talk and talk to him about business. I had to separate the money from the personality, you know.
And it took about 2 months before I realized that Mr. Annakie and Squeeze was the same guy.
Next thing I know, I'm doing a radio show live from Jamaica to the United States.
When I first started on the radio, Squeeze kept saying, you know, I filed for my citizenship 5 times and he kept getting denied. And off the air I was saying, let me do your citizenship, let me do your citizenship. And he goes, no, I'm not interested. I had this other lawyer, he said he was the best lawyer, and no, I'm not interested. Kingston, Fidigale, worldwide. Whoa!
You owe me one. Run it, run me mine. Run me my chance. You owe me one. Run me my
Everybody
chance. I'm waiting on you to get. You say you won't take that long. I'm waiting on you to find me. And I'll be right here at home. Don't give me no excuses. Just make it up. No, baby, just come see about me. Yeah. You owe me one. You owe me one. Run that. You owe me one. You owe me one. Run me my chance. You owe me one. Run it. Run me my chance.
Girl, you are my favorite girl. Yeah, me love your bumper the way it work. Yeah, the roadway is good. Oh no, wait, okay, reverse. Sit down, girl. Sexy from birth. Let me take a picture. I play this in church. Daddy woulda say, yo, love, isn't she lovely? I'm a baller. Coming in from the cold like Bob, you will freeze, girl. Please let me hold ya. You told me once, use only once. Me no care if you take 2,000 man. Come true, hold me on. It's a utopia.
You owe me one. You owe me one. Run that. You owe me one. You owe me one. Run me my chance. You owe me one. Run it. Run me my chance.
Kevin Crown.
Don't play with my love. I need it like I need my money.
Bernstein.
I need it like I need my money. I never let you take
When
it.
your heart flow up and live for the moment, every girl show up.
Call me and ask for money to pay for this advertising time.
Give him this deep corporate talk.
My name is Bernstein. I'm an immigration attorney.
I am David Squeeze Annakie, and obviously one of the hosts on the Brad and Squeeze show. I have a business that's called Link Up Media, and it's been around since 1996, and decided to start a radio program.
And Mr. Annakie sold me some radio time and said I'm going to be on the radio with a guy by the name of Squeeze.
I didn't think it was going to evolve into a business.
And I went back every week on Friday night to see Squeeze. And every Wednesday, Mr. Annakie would call me and ask for money to pay for this advertising time.
Give him this deep corporate talk and talk to him about business. I had to separate the money from the personality, you know.
And it took about 2 months before I realized that Mr. Annakie and Squeeze was the same guy.
Next thing I know, I'm doing a radio show live from Jamaica to the United States.
When I first started on the radio, Squeeze kept saying, you know, I filed for my citizenship 5 times and he kept getting denied. And off the air I was saying, let me do your citizenship, let me do your citizenship. And he goes, no, I'm not interested. I had this other lawyer, he said he was the best lawyer, and didn't want me to handle it.
I was like, dude, I have actually attempted to do this multiple times, and it has failed me every time. I gave in after working with him for a while. A few months later, rather, I was in Hartford, Connecticut, getting sworn in.
Then Squeeze was sold on me. After that, I could do no wrong for immigration. And over 19 years, the show has kind of developed from a law show to a show about Brad's personality, Squeeze's personality, plus we're helping people, plus we're informing people, plus we're making people's lives better.
That's the reason why the show is really what it is. It is that because we are just ourselves.
Something very interesting happened when you work with somebody every day. You become their best friend.
And that's a fact. She has become, believe it or not, my best friend.
One day, Squeeze had a great idea when Facebook Live started, and his great idea was, I'm going to take out my phone and film our radio show.
The next thing, they're building a green room in his office.
And we are now turning our radio show into a broadcast show that is going to be seen live on Facebook, that's going to be seen live on YouTube. And oh, by the way, you're still going to hear our broadcast show on WVIP 93.5 FM.
It's phenomenal, and the most gratifying thing is that we're truly helping people. It's amazing walking through the airport and people come up and say, Brad and Squeeze, you guys are the greatest. If I could cry, tears would actually come out of my eyes right now. Just keep watching. Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. I'm the good-looking one. Brad is the attorney. That's how we're going to be doing the show. Right now, Brad and Squeeze. The good-looking guy, the attorney.
What I thought before is I was the good-looking guy, you're the guy with the big mouth. What happened to that?
That's what it used to be.
It used to be.
It's switched,
right, it's switched now.
It's switched up.
Right,
now,
right.
You know?
I did not grow into my looks apparently as I got older.
You did not.
No, I did not.
You know. But anyway, folks, the Brad and Squeeze Show, and of course, it's live at 9 a.m. I want to say thanks to 93.5 WVIP FM for keeping us on. Thank you so much, O'Shaughnessy. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you.
It's like old times, by the way, starting 10 minutes late.
10 minutes late.
And by the way, usually I'm blaming you.
Yep.
It's not your fault.
No, usually you're lambasting me.
Not your fault.
Not my fault.
No.
I was here very early.
You were here at 7 o'clock.
5 minutes
posting
to 7.
on Instagram.
Yeah. You know, so I was here, you know, posting, going on. But anyway, what are we doing in the Brad and Squeeze Show?
Let's get into the show.
What are we
doing? We're going to take your immigration questions. The lines are open right now. 1-800-529-5465. Call now with your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. We're going to be taking a ton of immigration questions today.
Ton of immigration questions.
Ton
of immigration questions. But they must call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. Tell me you like the scarf, man.
I do like the scarf.
You like the scarf?
Yeah,
right?
I used to make fun of it.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same scarf I used to make fun of, but now that we're in like this fancy studio, it kind of matches.
You can't make any fun. But, you know,
matches.
Matches, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh, before we do that, please, folks, Brad and I, we're all about numbers. This is a numbers game. If you would like to see the show grow, we're appealing and imploring you to actually share the social media pages with everyone that you know. We would really appreciate it. So, Brad Squad, Team Squeeze, share with everybody. All right? And once again, you can do that on my Facebook page, which is at David Squeeze Annakie, on Brad's Facebook page, which is Brad H. Bernstein, on the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and also, of course, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube, and that is Spar and Bernstein. With that said, I'm quite sure Brad's got some insights as to what's happening in and around the world right here on the Brad and Squeeze Show.
I have some insights. I got cards here.
I'm quite sure you
got cards here.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's happening?
Twitter is exploding, Squeeze.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Exploding with
Twitter
pictures of Hamburger Helper. Somebody is raising money. This guy, Michael Scare, S-C-A-R-E-A, raising money to help Puerto Rican hurricane victims, and is asking people to post pictures. You know that little Hamburger Helper guy? Did you ever have Hamburger Helper?
No.
With or without the hamburger?
No.
You ever, you know the old joke? Yes, I couldn't afford the hamburger. I just got the Hamburger Helper.
Yeah.
Right on the barbecue, you're just pouring. So it has a hand.
Right.
You know, I mean, you've seen it your whole life, right? The hand. So everybody wants to know what is inside the hand. You know, what does it look like? So everybody's been posting pictures about what this Hamburger Helper guy looks like inside. I don't know if we have any pictures there of the hamburger. I loved Hamburger Helper as a kid. I can't eat it now. But as a kid, I was like the king. I don't know. I was like the king of hamburger. I loved it. You pour it on the hamburger. Do we have any pictures of the Hamburger Helper? No? If they're up, I don't see it. Oh, there we are. Okay, there we are. So what do we have here? So there's a guy with a. We're not seeing it on our screen. What you're showing here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, there he is. There he is. The
Hamburger
so
Helper
the Hamburger Helper guy. So I thought that was actually kind of funny when I actually looked at it. It actually was much funnier in my head than actually on this show.
It's a lot, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
know,
whole
it's like one of those things where you think of something
Right.
funny in your head, and then when you actually say it, it's not that funny.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like how Donald Trump thought he was saying something nice.
Right, exactly.
To that guy.
To the
the victim of in Niger.
Right.
In Niger, the widow
She's
of the
pregnant,
soldier.
too. She's got 2 kids and she's pregnant.
Yeah, who was
That
killed
was so
in Niger.
insensitive.
It was
and
very
harsh
insensitive
on behalf of the president.
And maybe
of
he
the
thought
United
he was
States.
saying something nice in his own head, but
You know, how are you gonna say he knew what he signed up for? Well, I guess it hurts.
Yeah.
How are you gonna say that?
it was terrible.
It's very insensitive.
It's very insensitive.
Very
And
pissed
nobody
off about
wants
that.
to ever bury. Nobody ever wants to bury their child.
Nobody wants to
Right?
do that.
Nobody wants to bury their child. You always want to your children to always outlive you.
Of course.
Okay? And when your child passes in the line of duty, and your child passes defending a country, the last thing you want to hear from a president of the United States while you are inconsolable is, well, you know, he knew what he was getting into, so tough luck. But it was basically what he said.
Yeah, it's very
Terrible.
sad.
Terrible.
Anyway, that's our president. Okay,
Yeah.
what's new?
All right,
1-800-529-5465. Once again, call that number now. We are ready, willing, and able to answer any and all U.S. immigration questions. Brought to you, of course, by the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, co-sponsored by USA Credit Repair. So once again, the number is 1-800-529-5465. Do remember, you can ask your questions on the social media platform, but start posting your questions now on social media. All right? What else is happening in the news, Brad?
Here's a nice story.
Okay.
The stakeholders of a Jackson, Mississippi school district where is this? The Davis Magnet School, which is in Jackson, Mississippi, 98% black for, I don't know, 100 years probably or more.
Right.
This district.
Right.
They have been going to the Jefferson Davis High School.
Okay.
Now, you know who Jefferson Davis is?
Yeah.
He is the general, one of the generals of the Confederate Army during the Civil War. And now, finally, over 100 years later, they are now changing the name to the Barack Obama Magnet School, which is 99 and a half years too late. But I guess nobody knew who Barack Obama was 99 and a half years ago. But in terms of changing the name.
Did Trump have any opinion on that?
I don't think
Did he
so.
tweet
I
anything
did
on
not
that?
see. I did not see anything about this.
Because I know you get the
Right.
tweets first.
Now, do you have any vinyl records?
Yeah.
Do you ever go to the IKEA? You get the shelves to put the vinyl records in.
Right.
I mean, people are in an uproar now. Those shelves are gone.
No.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Serious.
I swear I wanted to go out and buy one recently.
Seriously?
Yes.
They don't sell them anymore, and people are up in arms over this.
Oh, man. Come
That's
on,
the
man.
news.
I used to be a DJ back in the day.
That is the news. You know, here, look, we're just showing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. We need that.
People are up in arms
Bring it
over
back.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure eBay right now is going crazy because everybody's looking for them.
Yeah. All right. You want to get to
Anyway,
immigration?
let's get to immigration. Once again, we've got the attorney here. You've got Squeeze here, the businessman. Been in since 5 minutes to 7 o'clock this morning. Got to say, I saw one of your production guys there, too.
Which one?
Muta Ali. Who was actually
yes.
here.
He was here.
He was here before me.
Jill was here, too.
Oh, I didn't. Jill was on the other side.
Nobody saw you here, though.
Oh, I was in my office.
Apparently, nobody knew you were here.
Nobody checked Instagram.
Nobody
right?
checked to see if I
nobody
checked
checked
Instagram.
next
I
door.
saw you walking the streets at
Yes.
7 in the morning.
Yep.
But nobody checked to
Maybe
see
I
if you
didn't
were
go
here.
home.
Maybe if somebody checked to see if you were here,
Maybe I didn't go home.
maybe you didn't go home. Got to see what's going on in that office.
Anyway, 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's demonstrate
Wait, by the way, what's going on here? Nicola Jackson saying that's a lie? What's a lie?
What's the lie?
I don't know what's a lie. What she's talking about.
I don't know either.
On the Brad Squad here on Facebook.
Yeah, Brad Squad.
Fake news? Are we talking fake news here? What are we
what
talking
fake
about?
news?
I don't know.
About what?
I don't know. I just saw somebody go, that's a lie. And it's Nicola, who's part of the Brad Squad, so I'm not sure.
We'll get a response.
I'm not sure what she's talking about.
Right.
And you know, it's so funny if you go through I mean, I don't know, you're on your own feed, okay? But I go through my feed. Everybody's just talking to each other. No, I don't even know if anybody's actually even listening to us. You know, they're all just having their own conversation.
You think everybody just gets on it so they can just do their own thing?
It's like a show within a show. Are people watching us here? Because Cordella, Nicola, the Tomika, they're all talking to each other. By the way, good morning to everybody. I do see a lot of people who are saying good morning to us. So good morning to everybody, which is too many people to say good morning to now. But let's go to...
let's go to the phone lines. And by the way, folks, Brad and I, we're trying to get to 100 shares each for the show. All right, let's get to the phone lines right now. 1-800-529-5465. Who's the person we're going to? Nicola?
No, we're going to this person here from Long Island, if we can get them on.
All right. And while they're doing that.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I don't know who this is from Long Island.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to put that on hold. Let's go to Pertz in Miami. Pertz in Miami.
Let's go to Miami.
Pertz?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi there.
Hi, how are you? Is that your name, Pertz? Pearl?
Sorry?
What is your name, ma'am?
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Paraguay.
Paraguay? Like the country? Like the country Paraguay?
No, Pella, like pear.
Pear?
Yes.
Para.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Africa.
You're from Africa.
But I'm calling from Lago, Florida.
Miami, Florida. Okay, what is your question? Lagos?
Yeah.
You call Squeeze, do we understand what you're saying to us?
Lago, Florida.
Oh, Key Largo, Florida. Key Largo. What is your question? What is your question? All the way from Africa to Florida.
I'm in a deportation proceeding, and when I moved here, I had a baby, and I was not working. Then my brother had the custody of my baby, so he insisted sending my baby back home to Africa. And presently, there is a crisis going on in my country, and I want to bring back my daughter. So I don't know if my mother goes to the embassy to bring my baby back here. Is it going to affect my?
Was your child born in the United States?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to find out if it's going to affect.
1 second. My question to you is the child born in the United States?
Yes.
Okay, if the child is born in the child's born in the United States as an American citizen, then the child can get on an airplane and come visit you. Has no effect on your deportation case.
I was just about to say.
It actually helps your case because it shows that you're taking care of a child here in America. I mean, if your child's back in Africa, it actually hurts your case because it's less ties for you to remain in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on, you're going to need help. Hold on 1 second.
Need help, my darling.
Yeah, she needs help.
Once again, the Brad and Squeeze show fired up this morning with so much happening out there. Just remember, it's good to be up. It's good to be alive.
Yes.
And, I just want to remind you folks of the number, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. 5465. It's right there on your screen, and you're listening to us also on 93.5 WVIP FM.
So we have Edward Bobbitz. Is that who I'm talking with?
Edward.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, Brad.
Okay, you are not Edward. I don't know. What is your name?
Arlene.
Arlene. How are you, Arlene?
Hi, Brad. I'm doing good. Hi, Squeeze.
Hello, Arlene.
Hi, guys. So, Brad, my question is, I have my extension letter, which followed the expired green card this year, April. The green card is expired.
Right.
Now, the extension letter dated January 23 this year. That means it expired January 23 next year?
I don't even understand what she's asking. She has an extension letter. Your extension letter is based on a marriage. You have a 2-year green card, and now you extended it for 1 year? Is that what you're asking? Okay, and now your question is that you're coming up to that end of 1 year and you want to know what to do? Is that your question?
Well, I wanted to go to Jamaica December 20 and come back January 13.
Okay, so when is the extension of this letter? When does the extension expire?
Well, it said January 23.
Okay, sorry. So you're not going to be able to travel back because the letter expires in January. The airplane's not going to let you on the plane. So what you need to do now is go online to USCIS.gov, not .com, .gov. If you go to .com, those are a bunch of fake news people who are making pretend they are immigration when they're not. Okay, I call it as it is. But you go to USCIS.gov and you make an InfoPass appointment. and you go down with your extension letter with a plane ticket that says you're leaving in January, they'll put a stamp in your passport extending your green card for an additional year. And then you can travel with that stamp.
Oh, God.
Why is that so hard?
Yeah, why you sound like...
Oh, no,
You
no.
sound like I just tortured you.
No.
What's wrong?
No, so even though I'm coming back January 13, there's still a problem. It's going to be a problem.
When is the expiration of the letter?
January 23.
Oh no, then it's okay because you're coming back within the time frame of that letter. You're fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I thought you were leaving. I thought I heard, and I must be getting old because I'm not hearing people anymore. I'm not 50 yet. But I am not 50 yet, though.
Still getting old.
But I thought you said that it was going to be in February, but it's in January. Then that's fine.
Yeah, because the date on it says January 23 this year. That's the receipt date on it.
Okay. So then, yeah, so it's good for 1 year. You can come as long as you're back in the United States before January 23rd. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Just gonna have a little peace of mind, Brad.
Enjoy your trip, and you have absolute peace of mind. And by the way, peace of mind is priceless. That commercial is right. That commercial is right. When you have peace of mind, it's literally priceless. All right?
It is. Can't put a price on that.
You can't.
Okay,
all right.
Brad.
Enjoy your trip.
Can't beat that one with a
Thank you
baseball
so
bat.
much.
Bye, Arlene.
Can't beat it with a
Bye,
baseball
please.
bat. I never heard that one before.
All right. You never heard that one?
No. Did you ever hear the one my father told you yesterday? You like that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
like that one?
Yeah.
Right.
She's not into it for your
for your loot.
for your loot spelled backwards. I'm going to be using
like
that
one, right?
Yeah, she's not into you for your
loot
spelled backwards.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a good one. I love your father.
Good old dad. Good old dad.
I love your father.
So, were you really upset about this IKEA thing? You didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
I'm really upset.
Yeah.
I used to carry crates of records as a DJ.
People are very upset over this thing.
It's because it's cool looking. It's very cool looking to have vinyls.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually have the vinyl record player.
Yeah. You know what? Everybody in the production studio is upset too. Apparently, everybody has vinyl records but me.
No, it's just a cool looking thing to have.
I got rid of them all. I don't know where they are anymore.
Do you have a CD player?
I do not have a CD player anymore.
Do you have an 8-track tape?
I do not have an 8-track tape.
Do you have a cassette?
I do not.
I have all of the above.
You have all of the above. So basically, you're a hoarder.
Do you have
you throw nothing away.
Do you have the first iPhone?
I do not.
Do you have the StarTAC?
Do you have the BlackBerry?
Yes, the one that your ex-wife had?
Yes.
That same one with no color?
Yes.
I have that one too.
You got that one too?
Yes.
I don't have any of that.
You don't?
No, because I throw stuff away I don't need anymore.
See, I can't throw anything away.
Right. Where do you have all this stuff?
In my garage up in Connecticut.
Yeah. Up in the chateau?
Yeah.
What do you call it? The chateau?
The chateau.
The chateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded like you said something else, but you know what? Let's go to Shakira. 1-800-529-5465. We must remind everybody, we are answering immigration questions. Okay, and the number for the law offices to book your appointment is 1-800-529-5465. Yes, Shakira, we are ready for your immigration questions. What's up?
Hi. Okay. Yesterday, a man called you about the new changes in immigration, and you said to him that he has to be like in the United States for 90 days in order to get married, else everything will go wrong with filing. So my question is, should I make my fiancé?
We have a bad connection, but continue.
Married? Sorry.
Your question is what? So yesterday I had said on the show that if you enter the United States on a visitor's visa and get married within the first 90 days, you got a big problem, which is what Shakira is repeating to me.
Precisely.
And then she says, my question is... So I didn't hear that part. So what was the question?
Must be.
Yeah, my question is, should I make my fiancé come to Jamaica and get married me, so I don't have to be in America for 90 days? You
have three choices. Okay? And one choice may not be right for one person, and it may be right for the next person. So there's no right or wrong. It's what fits best in your lives. Okay? So when you get married, you got three choices. You can file a fiancé visa for your spouse. He will come up here in 9 months. The day he comes up, because he's entering on a fiancé visa for purposes of marrying you, you get married the next day and then file for his green card. That's option one. Option two is you go down to Jamaica or Trinidad or Guyana or Russia or Romania.
Or Colombia.
Squeeze's favorite country. Colombia,
Yep.
wherever. And you marry that person there, then you come back to America, you file for that person, and then you wait about a year or so, comes up with his green card. That's another option. A third option is he's visiting you here. He comes for purposes of visiting. He is not coming to marry you. He is not coming to live here. He is visiting you. After 90 days, it's enshrined in law now.
Yep.
He is allowed to change his mind from deciding to visit to deciding to get married. And then he can, and then you can get married after 90 days, and then you can adjust his status here. However, if he gets married as a visitor within the first 90 days, they're going to say you misrepresented what your purpose of coming is, and therefore you will be denied. Those are the three options.
Got it?
All right. Thank you very much.
You're
that was
very
very
welcome.
helpful.
I think so too. Hold on one second. I'm even more helpful when you come see me in person.
Yeah, but she's in Jamaica.
She's in Jamaica.
Jamaica West End?
No, I'm going to come into America, but we normally stay in Virginia, not New York.
We do consultations from all over the United
States. She's in Jamaica,
States.
but she says she's coming to.
She's the U.S. citizen, though.
Okay.
She's coming back. She's just visiting right now.
Okay.
So she's debating whether
No,
she should...
actually, I'm the American citizen. He's American.
Oh, he's the American citizen. I got it backwards. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So those are his three options, okay? Or your options. Or both of your options.
All right.
I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Hold the line. All right. I do know what I'm saying, actually. I'm just using the wrong tenses. 1-800-529-54... actually, the right tenses, the wrong he, she's, what are those called? The pronouns.
Right.
Thank you very much. The wrong pronouns.
When you say he, she, I'm thinking about something else. But
He, she? What are you thinking about?
Nah, forget it.
Oh, the people that were in the,
room.
Boom Boom Room on Tuesday night. Squeeze walks in, he goes, wrong room, and walks right out.
About turn.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. By the way,
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine with me.
That's what
we have lots of clients like that. We represent them zealously. It's not a problem. The funniest thing is I love having Jill in my ear now because when I get tongue-tied, she's like yelling in my ear, "It's a pronoun! It's a pronoun!"
Jill is yelling. Jill has made you an extremely smart man.
Very smart. Like even when I don't know what I'm talking about, all of a sudden I hear in my ear now.
Your
In this
IQ
ear
went up. Everything went up. I mean,
there's a reason why this thing is in my ear. It's because the producer keeps talking to me. It's a pronoun. Pronoun. You idiot.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Once again, folks, it's 1-800-529-5465, 26 minutes before the hour. And we are answering immigration questions, all brought to you by Link Up Media, Law Offices Spar and Bernstein, co-sponsored by USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit.
All right,
Ron.
Hey, morning, how are you?
Morning, what's
Morning,
up?
Ron.
All right, good. Okay, my situation is, right? My wife and I used to live in New York. I'm in Queens, New York. However, she has to be in Florida just now because her mom is in critical condition in a hospital. I am a holder of a 2-year green card.
Right.
And we were scheduled for an interview to remove conditions come tomorrow morning. Is there any way that I could go without her, even if she gets like some letters from the hospital saying...
Who is in the hospital? It's her mother?
Her mother, yes.
Okay, and her mother's in critical condition?
Yeah, she's on a life support machines now. She has a tube down her throat and everything.
Okay, so you're going to need to get a letter from the hospital. The mother's on life support. You're going to have to go in, explain to the officer, and you're going to pray to whatever God you pray to that the officer is understanding. Because the officer does not have to adjourn this case, even for a mother on life support. These officers, many are nice, but also at the same time you have to understand they have metrics that they have to have, meaning that the government says you have to have X amount of cases completed at the end of the month. So if they're behind in their metrics, they're going to say, too bad, your case is denied, your spouse didn't show up. That's just how life is.
And metrics can cause
problems.
Metrics cause problems.
Okay, can we ask for like an adjournment and have it like transferred?
That's what I'm saying is you pray to God that you have a nice person and that they're understanding. They don't have to do anything. They can do one of two things. They can be very understanding and they can say, yes, of course you'll have an adjournment. I would never ask your wife to leave her mother who's on life support, who's obviously in this time of need, to come up to New York for your interview. Of course we'll reschedule it. Or they may say, you know what, Ron? You see these veins? There's ice going through these veins, Ron. I really don't care. You're denied. Go tell it to an immigration judge. You're in deportation. It's going to be one of the two. You know?
Okay.
Okay. But now, you know, it is what it is. You know, I would never, you know, you can still, even if they deny you, you can still fight it out before an immigration judge. It's just more work, more effort. And, you know, as long as it's a real marriage between you and your spouse, you'll eventually get through. You'll get through.
Okay.
All right. So I would bring the letter from a hospital. That's for sure. I mean, if you just show up and just tell the story, they're going to deny you.
Right. All right. But also, can we like ask for like an adjournment and have it like transferred to Florida?
That's exactly what you're going to ask for. So what I just you can ask for it to be transferred too. Say, I live in Miami now. Here's my new address. Okay. Right. But as I said, you can absolutely do all of that. Okay. And the officer is going to do one of two things and say, okay, adjourned. We're moving it to Miami, or you're denied. You didn't show up with your wife. It's going to be one of the two.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir. And continue doing all the good work. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Great.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Once again, folks, the Brad and Squeeze Show. And we're here. It's now 23 minutes before the hour. And we are loving this.
We are ready, Squeeze, for your favorite part of the show.
And
the part of the show that we call the USA Credit Repair Halt.
My favorite part?
It's the halt to bad credit. We halt everything. We stop everything. We stop everything in its tracks.
No.
We can.
Let's proceed.
No. We have to have a hard stop here.
You're wasting time.
I know that. We have to have a very hard stop here, so we can talk about USA Credit Repair. You know, it's the key to beautiful credit, and actually, it's very important for people out there to know.
You know, I'm going to send you to your favorite planet. You know what your favorite planet is, right?
Here it is. So USA Credit Repair, it is the key to beautiful credit. They are our proud sponsors here. And they want to put a literal halt to your bad credit report, right? They want to put a hard stop on your bad credit. And they want to be able to bring your credit up.
I want to get back to answering immigration questions.
To bring your credit up. So how do they bring your credit up? They will look at your credit report.
Right.
Up and down.
Up and down.
Left and right.
Left and right.
Diagonally.
Yep.
Right?
They won't
everywhere.
Listen.
Let me finish. I know what they do. You be quiet.
Sorry.
Okay? I get all excited for USA. I get more excited for USA Credit Repair than anything now. I don't know why. And what they do is they will look at all your credit stuff up and down. And they're going to say, Sally, do you know this guy, Sam, who's on your credit report? Do you have a joint credit card with him? Because Sam's charging up a storm on this thing.
Right.
Right? And you're going to say, I don't know any Sam. And they're going to say, aha, we're going to dispute all of this.
Can we make this
and they will, no, we're not going. We're going to write everybody. I'm telling you, I'm coming to a halt. And they write every person with every dispute on your credit report. And you want to know what happens magically? If you write everybody and dispute everything, and you know how to dispute it, and you dispute it in the right way with the right language and the right letters and the right address and the right everything, because it has to be perfect. Magically, things start coming off your credit report. Your credit score goes up. You look more beautiful, and you look more handsome to the rest of the world that you want to do business with. And that is why USA Credit is the key to beautiful credit.
I'm just saying we're coming back to questions.
We are going to come back to questions. So call right now, USA Credit Repair. They are our proud sponsors, and put a halt, put a stop, a hard stop to your bad credit.
You know, everybody wants to be an ass. You know that,
yes.
Right?
1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. Even Jill gave me a card and says, hard stop at 35 minutes, USA Credit. Here's the number. I said, I've said this number so many times now. I've got it. I should have a tattoo of it on my bicep. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. And this squeeze.
Yes, sir.
That is how we do page 21 here.
Yes.
On the Brad and Squeeze
you
show.
did an excellent job.
Thank you very much. USA Credit, call them now. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. Gets my juices up, USA Credit.
I noticed that. I noticed.
Gets my juices up.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Right?
Obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't get everything up, but it definitely gets my juices up.
That's Man of Steel.
Yes. All right, so now I want to say something, by the way.
I want to say something to you. I'm only up to 56 shares. How many shares are you up to? Because we got, by the way,
I
folks.
only have 32 shares.
By the way, folks, let me just say this much. You make the show, not us. I mean, early on I said I'm a good-looking guy. I am a good-looking. My brother's a good-looking guy also.
Okay.
But seriously, you make the show.
Now I get all the nice compliments because I did a good page 21.
As a matter of fact, everybody who loves us right now, go to social media and heart us. All right, heart us right now. All right.
Right.
Brad knows what that is. Okay. All right, Brad. 1-800-529-5465. I heard we're going to do something.
Yeah. So what we did is we had a beautiful couple client.
Right.
Came to us back in 2013.
So everybody's got to watch this part right now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. This is good. Okay, came to us in 2013. Came to Spar and Bernstein. Beautiful client, and she had filed her papers on her own.
Right.
Got denied. Came to us for a consultation.
Right.
We told her what to do.
Yeah.
She didn't follow our directions at first. Okay. And she, by the way, she's not even Jamaican. She's from Jordan.
Okay.
Okay.
Jordan,
the country. Okay. And didn't follow our directions. Went about her own thing. Screwed it up more. Comes back to us with what's called a notice to appear, an NTA, which is now she's in deportation.
Right.
Because substantively, her case was fine.
I like that word.
Substantively.
I
Right.
like
Procedurally,
right.
She did everything wrong.
In other words, she mucked it up.
She mucked it up. Right. So she came back now, she's in deportation, and she didn't have to be all stressed out like she was. Had she just followed what we told her to do or even hired us back when she first came, she would have been cool.
Right.
Her anxiety wouldn't have gone up. She wouldn't have been on blood pressure medication.
Right.
She would have been okay.
Right.
But she, you have to, I guess, get to a point where you come right to the edge before you want to start listening to Brad and Squeeze.
Yep.
Right?
Nobody listens to Brad
So she comes right to the edge. She finally comes to see us. I tell her, okay, we're going to do A, B, C, and D. I can't really say all the specifics about her case because she doesn't want us to talk about the specifics, but I told her we're going to do A, B, C, and D. And we went to court. We beat her deportation.
Wow.
She was married to an American citizen. She adjusted her status. She got her green card. And she's always kept in touch with us. She's always loved us because she said she was literally a step away from ruining her life.
Entire life,
yeah. And being back in Jordan, living a completely different life than what she is now. And just recently, we did her citizenship, and she went for her swearing-in ceremony.
And let me guess, she did.
And she is now a citizen of the United States.
Right.
And what we did is we sent our beautiful Patrice to follow her. And our beautiful Kimberly to follow her around.
That's our videographer and social media
correct.
guru,
And Patrice is we call her our field reporter. Our field producer. Kimberly, when she's out in the field, is the field reporter. Okay. And Patrice, when she's out in the field,
many hats are being worn here.
Is the field producer. Now, when Patrice is here in the office, she's the videographer. However, right before we start the show, what Patrice is the lady who bikes us up.
Yep.
So she has many, many hats, this Patrice, okay? But we followed around our lovely client. Let's see what it's like to go on a citizenship swearing in and see how emotional it is for somebody.
Turn up 93.5 and also watch this on Facebook and YouTube. Here we go.
My name's Joseph.
My name's Sarah.
Thanks to the law firm of Spar and Bernstein, we are here today so that we can go through my wife's citizenship ceremony to become an American citizen.
I'm so excited. I'm from original country, Jordan. I came to America 2004. In the beginning of my process, the problem threw me in an ocean.
I knew when those letters started showing up, we needed a lawyer. When they say remove, that means we're taking you out. It affected us both deeply. My wife later on saw a commercial for the firm of Spar and Bernstein. And I said, what have we got to lose?
Bernstein, he helps me a lot. I recommended everyone. They're not a business, they are family. They care about you, they care about your case, they care about your problem. They don't leave you until when your problem solved.
4 years later, the nightmare we were going through at the time is now over.
I will recommend it, Spar, Bernstein, for everybody. When I was a teenager, I have a dream, to come to United States, and this dream grow with me. And one day my mother, before when she passed away, she said, your dream will become truth one day. It's her spirit. I felt she's around me. I can live my dream in a great country without any interruption. A freedom to do anything you want. Like me, I got my medical license and I'm working. This is America, a great country.
Prior successful results do not guarantee similar outcome. Love true success stories.
Isn't that great?
I love true
Isn't that
success
great?
story. It makes me understand why I really come in here and do the show with you when I watch stuff like this.
Look at how people are helped.
Yes.
Look at how they are
look
helped.
at the happiness and the joy that we bring to their faces.
Yeah.
This
I mean, she had a tear in her eye.
Yes, she did.
That she is now an American citizen. Literally, that's how emotional it was for her.
Thanks to the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
And we have a president here. This is a woman who comes from a Muslim country,
right,
who is crying that she's now an American citizen. And we have a president who basically wants to ban everyone from that part of the world. Build walls between Mexico and the United States. You know what happens when you build walls between people?
What?
You don't know who people are, and that's when wars start. You build bridges, you don't build walls. So here's a perfect example of building a bridge and not a wall. And look at how it all turned out.
The number is 1-800-529-5465. And one of the things that I do here is, it's my job to get, if not all of you, most of you, to actually call the law offices of Spar and Bernstein and make sure that you book an appointment to see Brad Bernstein. And just like this lady, you could be like her. So right now, if you've got an immigration issue, call this number right now, book the appointment, tell Fiona to make sure that she put the numbers in the right queue. 1-800, that's an inside joke, 529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. You get arrested, same number, 1-800-LAWLINK. You're going through a divorce, you're going to need an attorney, same number, 1-800-529-5465. Something that we have not spoken about in a while, child support issues.
We will be talking about it.
I hope so.
We will be.
My favorite thing.
Yes.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. Tax problems.
Correct.
1-800-529-5465.
But if you owe taxes.
If you owe taxes, yes.
Carmela does a great job.
She can even file your taxes.
So what we're going to do now, Squeeze, I don't know, are we ready to do rapid fire? Okay, so let's go to rapid fire. What we're going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on Facebook at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, you're watching on Facebook at YouTube, you're watching on Facebook at David Squeeze Annakie, or any of the other 12 Facebook pages that David Squeeze Annakie has. I don't even know all of them.
Smart ass fault around
Smart
here,
ass fault, right. All 12 that we need the keys for one day. What we will be doing is we're going to, in a rapid fire, I am going to get into my zone. I am going to, do one of those things, where you get into the zone.
Yeah, we needed that yesterday.
And I'm going to relax my mind and body, and when that happens, I just boom, 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 boom. Question, 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 answer, answer, answer. Right?
Yep.
Let's see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do. Let's go to...
I'm only kidding. I never relax my body, I guess.
Listen.
I mean, you wouldn't know, I guess.
I don't want to know anything about you relaxing your body. And I don't want to have anything to do with relaxing your body.
I didn't ask you to. I was just clarifying.
I'm just saying. Let me just disclaim that.
Yes.
All right?
All right.
So, all right.
Where's Kim? Let's see if we can pop Kim up.
Who the hell is Kim? You know that soca song?
Kim's our social media guru.
Yeah.
Here
Kim,
she is.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just waiting for Brad to get in his zone.
Did you have train troubles this morning, Kim?
I did not. I Ubered in. Because I had alarm clock troubles.
Did you get stuck in the elevator this morning?
Yeah.
I did not.
Did you have to walk the dogs this morning?
I did not.
Okay, then we're all ready to go.
You've got the keys, right?
She has the keys. All right, let's go. Let's go.
The Zodiac on YouTube wants to know, if you're an F1 student out of status, have you violated your F1 visa and are you unlawfully present?
You are out of status, but you are not unlawfully present. Those are two different terminologies. Out of status means you are not here legally. Unlawfully present means that if you leave the United States, you may be subject to a 3 and 10 year bar. You are not subject to a 3 and 10 year bar. You are not unlawfully present unless the U.S. government tells you to leave the United States, or you go to try to change your status and you get denied. Squeeze.
Okay. Go again.
Valerie Wright wants to know, I got the package from the Visa Center to start my daughter's paperwork. She's 34. She really doesn't want to come here now. She's got 2 store businesses in Jamaica and she's pregnant. Can I put the paperwork on hold? And if yes, how do I do it? I'm a citizen.
You can put the paperwork on hold for up to 1 year, and after that, the National Visa Center is going to deny your case for lack of prosecution. So you can delay it for up to 1 year. Delay it for a year, let your daughter give birth, then let her get her green card, let her come up, and then if she doesn't want to live here yet and she has her business and she has to deal with her business, she can get a re-entry permit, then go back to live in Jamaica for 3 years. So now you're 4 years you've bought just by doing that.
How does she pause it?
How does she what?
How does she put it on hold? She asked.
You don't respond to the National Visa Center until they write you and say, guess what? You have 60 days to respond or case denied.
As simple as that.
Squeeze,
huh?
Squeeze only has one question.
Yeah, go on.
Apparently, the people who watch Squeeze's feed, the people who watch Squeeze's feed,
all right. You
apparently
want me to
do not,
You know what? Can an American
citizen
issues? Can an American citizen sister file for a brother over 21, and how long does it take?
10 years, yes. Well, yes in 10 years, 12 years. Okay. Kimberly.
Since you wanted me to go there.
Tash on YouTube wants to know.
Tash Monster?
Tash.
Oh, Tash Monster. Okay. I thought it was Hash Monster. I'm like, wow, that's a cool name. Okay.
You be up this early. Tash wants to know, green card holder filing for spouse in Jamaica. How long does an I-130 take to approve?
About 9 months, and your spouse is gonna wait about 18 to 20 months.
Okay. Roseanne on Facebook wants to know, we did an interview for my husband from August 8th for his green card. Up to now, he didn't receive anything in the mail. Do you think he will get it by December? He has his work permit now.
I don't have the slightest idea because I wasn't there on the interview, so I'm not sure what happened, but you got to give them 90 to 120 days from the time of the interview to see what they do. So if everything is good, yes, you should have it by Christmas. If everything's not good, then come see me in January. If you didn't get your green card by Christmas and you went on an interview in August, you should be seeing a good lawyer by January.
Okay. Simone on YouTube wants to know, if you get married before the 90 days, will the husband be able to file for her in the U.S.? She came up on a visitor's visa.
No, and if you go back home, you may have a problem as well. You got a big problem when you get married within the 90 days. It is enshrined in law. You should be doing nothing but coming to see me immediately.
Can a mother with a green card file for kids 17 and 19?
Yes, and they should do it immediately.
Okay.
Saskia on Facebook wants to know, if you extend your stay, how long does it normally take to get a reply from immigration? I got a receipt from them, but no call.
3 to 4 months. And what people make, the biggest mistake people make is sometimes immigration even takes more than 6 months, and you're only requesting a 6-month extension. So people say, well, then I got to stay here until I hear from immigration. And then you're going to hear from immigration, and guess what? They're going to say, here, your extension is approved, but it's backdated 2 months ago. You're now out of status for 60 days. So even if you apply for the extension, make sure you don't stay more than 6 months, even if you haven't heard from immigration. You got to leave.
Can a SIDS user apply for advanced parole?
A SIDS user?
Can a SIDS use or apply for advanced parole?
If the SIDS is filed for an adjustment of status, the answer is yes.
All right. Questions are rolling.
Okay. Jamila on Facebook wants to know, I went to my interview appointment last week at the U.S. Embassy in Trinidad where they denied my application because the person who assisted my husband with filing documents did it incorrectly. She gave him the wrong birth date and spelled my middle name incorrectly and answered some of the questions about me incorrectly. I was given a document saying that I'm eligible for a waiver. Can you tell me what can I do from here in order to get my green card?
Yeah, they're saying you lied to the government. You made a knowing misrepresentation, and even though somebody filled out the paperwork for you, you in fact brought the application to the embassy and you signed it in front of an embassy officer attesting to the veracity and truth of everything in that application. So they are saying even though somebody else made the mistake, you had the requirement, and actually you had the duty to actually read what somebody was saying about you, and you signed it under penalties of perjury. So now you've been caught in a lie, whether knowingly or not, but they believe you knowingly did it, and as a result you need a waiver based on extreme and unusual hardship to your spouse. That application is going to be filed in the United States, and I can tell you right now that if you didn't even catch the errors in your application, you will not get that waiver approved if you do it on your own. And I can also tell you that if some other person can't even fill out your name properly, I wouldn't go to them either. Give me a call. You got a big problem.
You got a big problem. So call this number now, 1-800-529-5465. Shan. Good morning. Can a mother file for a son that is 31 years old? She has her green card in the U.S.
Yes.
That was simple. Kim?
Ronald on Facebook wants to know, I live in New York for 17 years. My daughters have DACA. Can my kids change my paperwork?
No, DACA recipients don't even have green cards. Okay, so they're not even lawful residents, let alone citizens. They got to be citizens first. So the answer is no.
The answer is no. All right. I think I am at my peak here.
You are at your peak of questions?
Well, I'll throw in another one.
Are you coming to a hard stop now,
No. Is it safe for a green card holder to travel outside of the United States?
Yes, as long as you don't have a criminal record and you don't stay out for months and months and months and months, and then you should be okay.
You got Team Squeeze all riled up here, man, because they're just throwing in the questions.
Come on, Team Squeeze.
Go on, Team Squeeze. You just got them started, you know.
Let's go.
Go ahead, Kim.
All right, Brad Squad. Kim, what do you got on Brad Squad?
Marsha wants to know, if someone came on a visitor's visa, overstayed, got deported, and then came back on someone else's paperwork, and the first person reported their paperwork stolen. She was then deported again, but she stayed instead of leaving, and this is about 20 years ago. This person later filed her paperwork to adjust her status, and she received her Social Security and work permit, so now she has to pick up her paperwork in another country. The
question is that woman is immigration screwed up. She's totally screwed up because she got ordered deported, came back, got ordered deported a second time, hasn't left the country. There's all sorts of warrants out for arrest, even though nobody's actually enforcing anything because it happened probably 20 years ago and it's been forgotten about. And if she goes home, she's going to have a big problem at the U.S. Embassy. She should stop in her tracks, just like we do at USA Credit at the 30-minute mark, and come see me. All right, we're out of time. We're going to be back at 12 o'clock.
We got to make it legal. Live at noon, Brad and Squeeze. We're rocking, we're rolling, we're going.
My name is Brad Bernstein. I'm an immigration attorney.
I am David Squeeze Annakie, and obviously one of the hosts on the Brad and Squeeze show. I have a business that's called Link Up Media, and it's been around since 1996, and decided to start a radio program.
And Mr. Annakie sold me some radio time and said I'm going to be on the radio with a guy by the name of Squeeze.
I didn't think it was going to evolve into a business.
I went back every week on Friday night to see Squeeze. And every Wednesday, Mr. Annakie would call me and ask for money to pay for this advertising time.
Give him this deep corporate talk and talk to him about business. had to separate the money from the personality, you know.
And it took about 2 months before I realized that Mr. Annakie and Squeeze was the same guy.
Next thing I know, I'm doing a radio show live from Jamaica to the United States.
When I first started on the radio, Squeeze kept saying, you know, I filed for my citizenship 5 times and he kept getting denied. And off the air I was saying, let me do your citizenship, let me do your citizenship. And he goes, no, 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 I'm not interested. I had this other lawyer, he said he was the best lawyer and didn't want me to handle it.
I was like, dude, I have actually attempted to do this multiple times, and it has failed me every time. I gave in after working with him for a while. A few months later, rather, I was in Hartford, Connecticut, getting sworn in.
Then Squeeze was sold on me. After that, I could do no wrong for immigration. And over 19 years, the show has kind of developed from a law show to a show about Brad's personality, Squeeze's personality, plus we're helping people, plus we're informing people, plus we're making people's lives better.
That's the reason why the show is really what it is. It is that because we are just ourselves.
Something very interesting happens when you work with somebody every day. You become their best friend.
And that's a fact. She has become, believe it or not, my best friend.
One day, Squeeze had a great idea when Facebook Live started. And his great idea was, I'm going to take out my phone and film our radio show.
The next thing, they're building a green room in his office.
And we are now turning our radio show into a broadcast show that is going to be seen live on Facebook, that's going to be seen live on YouTube. And oh, by the way, you're still going to hear our broadcast show on WVIP 93.5 FM.
It's phenomenal, and the most gratifying thing is that we're truly helping people. It's amazing walking through the airport and people come up and say, Brad and Squeeze, you guys are the greatest. If I could cry, tears would actually come out of my eyes right now. Just keep watching. That's a beautiful picture right there, that intro, man. Right here on 93.5 WVIP, and of course, social media.
Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
Where is your signature? Hello! I was waiting for you to say that.
I like saying hello. When Jill comes in, Patrice comes in.
But you say that even
Kim
like
comes in.
all day long. You've been saying that for like the last couple of weeks. It's kind of like starting
I'm just pumped.
It's starting to become your moniker now.
Yeah,
it's not a moniker.
Yeah, moniker.
Moniker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a new thing you've been doing lately.
It's lunchtime right now.
You've been doing this.
All right, let me back up. Let me start all over again. Everybody that's out there on the highways, the byway, the throughways, the parkway, the runway, the walkway.
The
everybody on Facebook sharing away on David Squeeze Annakie, sharing away at Brad H. Bernstein, sharing away at Law Officer Spar Bernstein, sharing away at YouTube Spar and Bernstein. Right now, I just want to say hello from the Brad and Squeeze Show, and we're ready to answer your immigration questions. My name is David Squeeze Annakie, so make sure you reach out to us to get Brad Bernstein, the attorney, to answer your questions. The number to call us now, and call quickly, because I wonder, are you surprised, folks, that the lines are getting jammed right now, seeing that we are reaching approximately 5,000 people live, and then by the end of the day...
By the end of the day, between the two shows, we're averaging almost 30,000, sometimes more, sometimes a little less.
Across all the platforms.
Across all our platforms.
So you're talking about 30,000...
1.5 Madison Square Garden people are watching us.
No, you're talking about 30,000 people that we can actually prove that is actually watching us.
And by the way...
And listening to us on 93.5.
I went to see Guns N' Roses, Madison Square Garden. They were only 18,000.
There you go.
Okay.
So I think Brad and Squeeze is hotter.
Yeah, but you know, in their defense, 18,000 people stayed for 3 hours to watch them. People don't stay the whole hour to watch us. They turn on, they turn off.
Is it true that they had to wheel some of them on stage?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Are you a Guns N' Roses fan or not really? It's not really your thing, probably.
I mean, what? Because I'm black?
No, I don't.
What, you don't think black people listen to Guns N' Roses?
No, by the way, our video ended. I'm not sure why, but Kim should take a look at that. But
now you're going to the technical. Yeah. When your head gets into the technical arena, it didn't end.
Oh, it ended on mine.
Nah. Whoa.
Yeah, it ended on mine. You're looking into it, so we're live on the radio, though. Any event?
Well, we're live on 93.5.
93.5.
Thank you so much, David O'Shaughnessy. Thank you, Don Stevens.
Everybody.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you so much, Bill. Have you ever seen Bill O'Shaughnessy's? Have you seen his hair?
I've only met the son.
Nah, he's got mad cool hair, man.
Yeah.
Like silver.
But anyway, Axl Rose, all right, used to be really cool.
Yeah. It's still cool.
I don't know. He looks like now. What was that? The actor. No. That's Slash.
Yeah.
The actor in The Wrestler, Mickey Rourke.
Oh.
Okay, and he's all screwed up. Yeah, what's all the
like all Botox all over.
Botox. He's all weird looking now. You know, I think Mickey Rourke used to be a lot cooler 25 years ago.
So are you saying Mickey?
He looks
are you saying he's using Botox?
I don't know. He looks a little bit. You know, and then
there was that movies about sex. What's the name of it?
9.5 Weeks. That was from 25
That's
years.
one of the best movies ever. That was dope. There you go.
As
9.5 weeks.
Right. And we're not saying dope is in marijuana. Dope is in cool.
Yeah.
We have to make that clear to somebody.
Yeah, let's make that very clear.
Yeah. But,
dope as in cool. All right.
But that was with Kim Basinger. That was her. That was when she was married to Alec Baldwin.
So beautiful.
That's when she was married to Alec Baldwin, right?
Yeah. Such a beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You like beautiful women.
I love beautiful women.
You love beautiful women.
I can't help myself.
Do you like handsome men? No.
No.
Not really.
Why would I like it?
I'm just double checking.
My sons, they're handsome.
Yes,
like
okay,
them.
so you love them. That's about
my
it.
sons are very
That's
handsome.
about where you...
I've got 3 handsome men who are my sons.
Okay, that's about where you cut it off.
But that's where I cut it off.
Okay. Right. So anyway, so Axl Rose, you know, he used to be a lot cooler. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I saw the concert, you know, like I remember seeing him in college.
Right.
When I went to University of Michigan. I remember seeing them when they toured through Detroit. And I remember he was out on the stage. The guy was, you know, halfway through the concert, the guy's topless. You know, he's got tattoos all over his body. He's dancing around. Mm-hmm. You know, and he takes I can't dance, but, you know, he does like this, you know, thing. Guy stood there for 3 hours. He didn't dance, and every 10 minutes, more and more clothes kept going on him. I said, I've never been to a rock concert. I said, usually the rock performer,
it's the opposite.
It's most, you know, he's supposed to be ripping clothes off by the end. You know, the guy's, you know,
but more and more clothes went,
you know, almost naked. You know, he's supposed to be by the time the show's over. This guy keeps bringing more and more clothes on. You look like the Michelin tire man. You ever see that Michelin tire commercial? With, you know, like that, you know, the big, you know, the white dude. When he's like really fat, it looks like he's like a million pieces of clothes on him. I'm like this guy looks like the Michelin tire man, you know. But it was a good concert.
But anyway, once again, folks, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show, and we're here. Yeah. We're saying call us right now. The number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Of course, it's been put together by a law firm, the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and the Link Up Media Group, hosted by yours truly, David Squeeze Annakie and Brad H. Bernstein, and we're ready to answer immigration questions.
All right, so let's go to the lines.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Wilbur,
are we back up yet?
No, I don't think so.
Wilbur, I have your guy.
Yeah, Wilbur.
All right. Wilbur.
Oh, by the way, we are on YouTube, though.
We are?
Yes, apparently.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, no
so if you want to watch on YouTube, you can.
Check it out.
At law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
And I'll tell my people to tell their people that we're, you know.
All right, and maybe we should make a note of that on our Facebook page. Okay, Wilbert, what's up?
Okay, I was told that...
Wilbert.
Yes.
Wilbert, you have to shut the radio off in the background.
Okay. I was told that...
Wilbert.
Yeah, I shut it off.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, no problem. What's your question?
Can you hold on, please? I'll call back.
Yeah, Wilbert, call the person back because you're on the radio here.
My question is, okay, I am a green card holder.
Yeah.
Okay, if I get married, my wife, I get married, go to Jamaica and get married, how long would the process take for my wife to come home?
If you get married, about a year.
Yes.
About a year.
About a year?
Yes.
Okay. That means even if I go down and get married to her there.
It will take approximately 1 year from the time you marry to the time she comes here. Now, give or take 2 or 3 months, one way or the other.
Okay, so about a year and 3 months.
Yeah, it could be a year if you do it fast, but in that range.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so what if she stay? What if she come up? She has a visa. What if she come up and get married here? Can she stay here and
you cannot
adjust her
come
people?
up to the United States. We say this every show, so I want you to listen very carefully.
Very carefully.
This is the law.
This is the law.
You cannot come to the United States.
You cannot come to the United States.
You cannot.
You cannot.
Cannot come to the United States with a visitor's visa. Visitor's visa.
Okay, with the
intention.
Yeah.
Right. Squeeze and I can finish each other's thoughts now. With the intention of getting married. And what the law says is that if you get married within the first 90 days, you had the intention of getting married.
Guess what?
Then you would be denied.
Yep.
Got it?
Okay.
So in other words, no one should come to the United States
with the intention of getting married.
With the intention of getting married.
Number one. That's rule number one.
That's rule number one.
And rule number two is no matter what your intention was, if you get married within the first 90 days, you had the intention of getting married.
Yeah.
Regardless of what your true intention was.
So, but people do come here and they stay past 90 days, and after 90 days,
they get married, they change their mind.
They change their mind. They're like, you know what, I want to stay here. I fell in love.
That's cool.
So read over the line, between the line, around the line, understand
Just read right through that line. Right through it. Read right through it.
Read right through it.
And do what you need to do. How's that for now?
Okay.
You got us, Wilbur?
He's got it. You're in Denver, Colorado?
The best thing is, I'm in Colorado, So the best thing is, go down, get married, and start fighting from there.
Yeah. You know what I heard about in Colorado?
What did you hear?
Because and tell me if this is true, Wilbert, because this is my friend came back from Colorado like a month ago. He said the first time he was in Denver since they legalized marijuana.
That's where BioLife Warehouse is.
Yeah. Well, that's weird. I wonder what they're putting in there now. And no, my friend came back, and he said the strangest thing was when he was in Denver, he thought everybody was high. In other words, like the waitress in the restaurant, the lady in the bookstore, he went and bought a magazine for the plane to read. He goes, maybe it was my imagination, but he says everybody looked to me like they were high. So Wilbert, question for you: true or not true? You don't know.
That's not okay.
I'm serious. It can't be true.
It can be true because it is legal here. Right. Everybody can smoke it.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
On the street, anywhere, you can just smoke it.
Right. So it is true then that a lot of people are high in Denver. I mean, not high in altitude, but high where they're high in altitude also.
Wilbur, let me guess. The crime rate is very low in Colorado, right?
It is very low. There's pretty much no crime here.
I wonder if Donald Trump would look at those statistics, right?
The crime rate has dropped significantly.
Has it? Is that true?
That's what I
never saw. Is that true, Wilbert? Do you have concrete evidence of that?
Yeah, there's almost no crime here.
No crime. Wilbert says it.
Yep.
And everybody's high. Because they're so high they can't think about committing crimes. They're just all chill.
Hey man,
I can't be bothered with it. Yeah, pass whatever you're smoking.
All right, but Wilbert, on a serious note though, Brad can help you regardless of where you are in the world.
I was just curious because my friend just told me that the other day, so I was curious. And you're the first person I've talked to who lives in Colorado since I heard that.
Right.
I've never been.
Okay, all right. Can you do you have a straight line because
yeah, it's 1-800.
I'm gonna start the process shortly.
I'll tell you what. You can even hold. I'll tell you what.
Hold
the line.
Show you?
Yes.
Come on, hold the line.
Yeah, okay. Squeeze is going to tell you how to do it, but hold the line 1 second.
No, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to tell you to hold the line, and then Brad and his attorneys can tell you how to do it.
Correct.
All right. So hold the line. The number once again, folks, for this full-service law firm in Manhattan at 225 Broadway, handling, of course, federal cases. Immigration happens to be federal, so they can handle that. And, of course, even in the criminal defense department with federal cases. The number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465. This is the Brad and Squeeze Show. I don't even know how all of this happened, but here I am in a freaking green room.
You're not in a green room. You're in a beautiful mahogany,
whatever. You know, this is such a wonderful. As a matter of fact, I would love to say, why don't we go to the beach? Next thing we're on the beach. Why don't we go to Dubai?
Now you're copying me.
Yes, of course.
All right. So this is what we've learned so far on the Brad and Squeeze Show. We've learned don't get married within your first 90 days. Everybody's high in Colorado, and Squeeze is sitting in a green room. And that makes it look like it's
one more important thing.
What?
That we need to get live on Facebook.
Yes, and that we are not live on Facebook right now. All right, Gary in Hartford, Connecticut. Gary.
Thank you for calling 1-800-LAWLINK, Brad and Squeeze Show. What's your question?
Hello.
Gary.
Yes, I have a question. If you got arrested and the case was nully, can you apply for your citizenship?
Yes, because you're not a deportable alien. If it was a nully, means it wasn't prosecuted. But you also still have to prove good moral character. So in other words, if For example, if you got arrested last year and you have to prove 5 years good moral character, depending on the circumstances of the arrest, they may say you don't have good moral character to become a citizen. So that arrests will always come into play.
Okay.
So those are two different questions. One question is, can I apply? You can always apply for your citizenship, but the second question really is, will I become a citizen? And most likely, yes, because you're allowed to have a bad day, but it does come into play. It does affect your citizenship. Hold on one second, all right? And we can help him. By the way, we are opening up an office in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go too far.
Yeah.
Marina did a fantastic job on the citizenship questions yesterday. One particularly good answer was, there are 27 amendments. They're all really important. You should know them. Doesn't happen often.
He said, my guys are on point, man. They just shared the YouTube link.
That's smart.
Yeah, very smart.
That Eaton boy, he is a smart dude.
Yes, he is. Eaton is not eating.
Eaton is not eating.
Eaton is not playing either.
He's petrified of you. That's why.
Nobody's ever petrified of me.
Everyone's scared
of
Squeeze.
Look at me. Moi?
Yes, everyone is scared of Squeeze. Squeeze walks down the hallway. It's like Napoleon's walking down the hallway.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Everybody listens to you, trust me.
Anyway, let's get to another call. Once again, the number is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAWLINK. If you call, I promise you will get through. We got quite a few lines already locked, but I have a few more that I can open up for you. So call the Brad and Squeeze Show. Brad, you want to take a question?
Hello? Yes, we're on with Kevin.
Yeah, hello?
How are you, Kevin?
What's up, Kev?
I'm all right. I have a question, but I also have two complaints.
You have a question plus what?
Well, I'm a regular listener of that show.
Right.
And I made an appointment to come in to see you.
Uh-huh.
And when the first call, I had a call at 3 o'clock to see you, Brad, which is they told me the price is $150.
Are you calling to complain that you didn't speak to me? Is that what you're calling?
Well, no. Well, listen, what happened? I'm going to tell you my question, but I'm saying what happened. Then they told me I couldn't speak to you. I could speak to one of the attendants.
Kevin.
Burning up precious airtime.
We have time here. I can't hear your complaints. Do you have a question? I'm happy to help you with at this moment.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I came in to see you on an appointment.
Hold on 1 second. All right. I don't know what he wants from me. We have to answer immigration questions here.
He's just peeved because I guess
I'm sorry that I wasn't available to see you the moment that you wanted to see me.
Everybody wants to see
you? All right. This is
Hello.
Who am I speaking with? Oh, Samantha. Samantha from Belleville, New Jersey. How are you?
Hey, Sam. How you doing? Samantha. There's gremlins everywhere today, man.
Samantha. All right.
All right, let's move to another line right now.
Neville.
Hey, Neville. All right, the number once again here is 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. All right,
let's try Samantha one more time. I'm told Samantha's there now. Samantha.
Sam.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon, guys.
How are you, Samantha?
Hey, good afternoon, Sam.
I'm great. How are you? You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
That makes us feel so good.
I have a question. If you are married to a green card holder, how long can you take in order to file for your working permit? I filed my I-130 petition, but I was just wondering, is it possible for me to file for my working permit?
If you are filing for a green card petition as, who's sponsoring you?
My husband. He's my husband.
And he's a lawful resident?
Yes, he's a resident.
You cannot get a work permit because you're not eligible to adjust being married to a lawful resident unless you're in legal status, and that still will be a year and a half down. You get your work permit not from the filing of the I-130. You get your work permit from the filing of the I-485, which you have to become eligible to do. That's where you get the work permit from.
Okay, and when would my eligibility do?
Well, are you in status or out of status?
I'm out of status.
And how long has your husband been a resident?
Well, I think he just filed to do his citizenship.
So the day he becomes a citizen, the day you become eligible to adjust your status.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So once again, folks, the number here, 1-800-529-5465. Do you think anyone is listening to us?
Yes, we have a few people listening to us on YouTube.
A few.
Facebook, yes. Facebook came down, all right, crashing down. Crashing. Don't know why.
I don't know. They're looking at me.
Next time we have to be ready to do our show on time, maybe. It's the second time
remember
today.
what I said to you when the show started?
Yeah, second time today.
No, we should have that instrumental.
Yes,
ours.
That's right.
No, but listen,
second time today. We should have our own instrumental ready to go, and when we have these issues. But to have the issues twice in one day. Stop, everybody now!
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Stop! Everybody stop right now, because even though we are not on Facebook, even though we are on YouTube, and we had to play some music because we were not ready to go, the stars were ready.
The stars were ready.
Not everybody else.
My equipment was working too.
Yes. So we played music apparently, and then Facebook, because of copyright infringement, took us down.
But what did David Annakie say about that in the beginning of the show? That we should play our own music. Remember?
Correct.
Yeah. Because nobody listens to Squeeze.
Correct.
I said, don't play anyone else's stuff. Play our TIHS.
I don't have it here, though. It's not here. Right? We should. We have our own music.
You know, the production room should have the ability to play the music.
They should?
Yes.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Nobody.
Right, you know, then we're going to have the guy come across. Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Exactly.
Right? If I could stand up and do it, I would do it right now, but all the wires would become ripping off of me. But I want to like have somebody run across. No one listens to Squeeze. And then off. Like a little
Can we
cartoon
take one
guy.
more call before we get to that hard stop?
Yeah, we're going to get to a hard stop in 2 minutes.
Let's take some more calls.
Sylvie's calling from the Czech Republic.
Oh, wow.
Sylvie from the Czech Republic, how are you?
Sylvie, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Brad.
How are you? All the way from Czech Republic?
Yes, all the way from Czech Republic.
All right, what are you calling for?
How do you know Brad?
Okay, I'm calling. I came 2001 to U.S. on J1 as an au pair.
Okay.
And I overstayed.
Right.
I left 2008 back to Europe.
Uh-huh.
Then I traveled back to U.S. 2009.
On what type of visa?
I had B2.
Okay. Did they let you in, or they turned you back?
I actually I had a cruise planned, so I did come in on the cruise, and on the way back from Caribbean, they gave me B2.
Okay.
I'm sorry, those are my kids.
Then
I actually came back. Yeah, I came back to Chicago, and I had 2 kids.
Born in America?
Yes, they were born in America.
Okay.
And I came back to Europe this year. I just want to know, is there any chance I can get any paperwork done for me?
Well, where's the father of these children?
He is a Mexican citizen, and he's still in U.S.
Why did you leave the United States?
I had a situation with my father. I needed to come back.
Okay. All right, well, this is the deal, unfortunately for you.
What's the deal?
Okay. The overstaying on the J1 for 6 or 7 years, which she did, does not give you unlawful presence. That's why you were allowed back in to go on the cruise and get the tourist visa and come. Right. Now, your last entry was on the tourist visa, and then you overstayed on the tourist visa. When you overstay on the tourist visa and you overstay for more than a year, you're triggering a 10-year bar because you have now been unlawfully present for more than a year. So when you left last year, you have a 10-year bar to return. The only way you can get a waiver for that is to be married to a citizen or a resident, or have a parent who is a citizen or resident. Otherwise, there's no waiver for a green card. Now, I don't believe you. That's why I asked who's the father. He's a Mexican. He's also out of status. I don't know if you're in a relationship with anybody else, or maybe you were and you weren't with the Mexican. That I don't know. Sounds like at least certainly your father's back in the Czech Republic. I don't know where your mom is. So in terms of getting a green card, you know, not looking promising unless, you know, you're in love with an American and, you know, you have a valid bona fide relationship with him. He wants to go to the Czech Republic and marry you and do waivers. Now, maybe we can do non-immigrant waiver for you. There are non-immigrant waivers. I'm not sure what you may or may not be qualified for in terms of a temporary work visa, but I think you're going to have a hard time getting a temporary visa to begin with because you gave birth in the United States to 2 U.S. citizen kids. So I think you got a lot to overcome. I don't have the answer for you, but hold on one second if you want to have a consultation with us, okay?
All right.
All right. So now we're coming to the hard stop. This is the time when everything comes to a stop, Squeeze. We need like screeching noise. If we can get screeching noise in the future, like, you know, like a whole, what I would love for this hard stop.
We should get an effects
right, an effects machine, yeah. And like we get like a hard stop, it goes, you know, like a big crash. Okay,
it's like
and
when your credit crashes.
Right, when your credit crashes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't get anything.
You can't get anywhere.
Can't move.
Right, because we have to come to
huge dent.
At the 30 mark, we have to come to a huge halt.
I mean, it's not like we can't do it forever now.
Halt.
I mean, like, you know.
You ever see those old movies where the cop goes, halt, halt? Who goes there?
Yeah.
You know who goes there? USA Credit is going there. They're going there to help you with your credit. They're going there to make your credit better.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Get rid of those late payments.
They don't halt it. They make it better.
Get rid of those collections.
Just the show comes to a halt. That's
Get
basically
rid of those
it.
tax liens.
Whatever they do.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what they do as long as your credit goes up because it's not, you know, it's not how you feel, it's how you look. And you look bad. You look bad with bad credit.
Yep.
Right? It's one of those things, you know, credit is like vain. You know, it's like all vanity. Okay? It's what you look on the outside.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with you on the inside. And if your credit's below 700, you look bad. Your credit's above 700, you look beautiful. That's basically it, Squeeze, in a nutshell. True. We have to come to a halt at the 30 mark every day to tell everybody if your credit's below 700, you look bad. If your credit's above 700, you look beautiful. If your credit is below 700, you should call USA Credit Repair at 1-800-872-7177. They will talk to you absolutely for free in the beginning. It's going to eventually cost you money, but they're going to pull your credit report. They're going to tell you what's on there that's good and what's on there that is ugly. And then they're going to start looking at the ugly stuff, and, you know, they work on your vanity.
So like Scott, man. Go on.
They work on your vanity. And they're going to get rid of the ugly stuff and keep the pretty stuff. And in 90 days, they give you a money-back guarantee that if they do not get your credit up within 90 days, you will get your money back like that. They'll throw it right back at you. Look, they're going to throw it right back at you. Boom. You see this? 90 days, I will have to give you back your money because Squeeze can't do it. Watch, it goes like that. They throw it right back at you. So call them right now, 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-872-7177. Right now, USA Credit Repair are proud sponsors. They were not proud. They were not proud yesterday. I will tell you that.
Oh,
they were unhappy, angry sponsors from the South Pole.
It's like having a girlfriend.
They were angry sponsors from the South Pole, and I said, you know, I only want to deal with the USA Credit people who come from the North Pole. Those are the happy USA Credit people. The angry USA Credit people are from the South Pole. And so I had a whole bunch of South Pole guys in yesterday, and I said, get out of my office and get the hell back to the South Pole.
Exactly.
I want to deal with the USA Credit Repair people from the North Pole.
Yep.
And they're all happy, so they're back now. 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-872-7177. And by the way, what I want to tell everybody now, you know, in all seriousness, do call them, okay?
Yeah,
they are not in the South Pole or the North Pole.
Right.
They are right here in New York City, and they will help you with your credit, 1-800-872-7177. But I do want to say, Squeeze, we, now that we're done with the U.S., unless you have something else to say about USA Credit.
All I have to say is 1-800-USA-7177.
That's all you got to
say.
say.
Everybody with bad credit, call
That's all you
right
got
now.
to say.
That's it. I mean, as a matter of fact, everyone who is, I can't say watching, but everyone who is listening right now, if you call, I am going to allow you to, you know, we're
aware.
Yeah. See how many people watching?
Yeah.
You know, so I just want to say, call right now, and we'll give you a free credit repair for the next 30 days.
All right. So now what we're going to do is this. All right.
Are we going to do rapid fire today?
Yeah, we are going to. Right now, I want to show, we did something which is really important that everybody needs to know. Is there's a big difference, Squeeze, and we talked about, you just learned this now. Okay, and we had Paul Hirsch come and join us, and we taped this the other day.
Our criminal defense
attorney. About Fourth Amendment rights and about what your rights are within 100 miles from the border, and what your rights are beyond 100 miles of the border.
Very important.
And this is really important to watch or listen if you are on WVIP, and maybe on Facebook you'll watch later if we get a chance to rerun this. But it is very important. It is very important to know what your rights are within 100, and by the way, people would be surprised to know what's within 100 miles of the border. We're going to watch this. Let's see.
Okay, welcome again to the Brad and Squeeze Show. My name is David Squeeze Annakie, and I'm here with two good attorneys from the law offices of Spar Bernstein. Of course, obviously, Brad Bernstein, and we've got Paul Hirsch, and today we're here to speak about the 100-mile border law. And we're going to be expounding a little bit more on that.
By the way, Squeeze, do you know 200 million people live within 100 miles of the border? That's land and sea.
That's like 2/3
going
of
around the entire United States. And if you are found within 100 miles of the border and you entered the United States without inspection, and you are now found within, and you can't prove you have been here for at least 2 years, it is automatic expedited removal. You don't have a right to see a judge. You have very limited constitutional rights, and short of filing something called the Convention Against Torture, that your life is in danger if you're going to return home, you're going to get deported, and your family may not even hear from you until you're in another country.
That's interesting.
I have Paul Hirsch here because he's a criminal defense attorney. He's well aware of Fourth Amendment rights. This is a Fourth Amendment issue, Squeeze.
But can we break this down? Because a lot of people are hearing the legal jargons and within the border. So you're simply saying if someone crosses the border without being inspected by the government, if let's say someone that they call an illegal resident or someone who doesn't have a green card, someone who is not a citizen, you're saying they cross the border and they get caught within 100 miles of the border, they could automatically just be kicked back out of the country.
Well, you know, a U.S. citizen has the protections of the Fourth Amendment. Anywhere in the United States, the police need probable cause to stop you, search you, ask you questions if they believe that there's a crime about or you were involved in some illegal activity. Here, within a 100-mile border, and what we're talking about here is that the federal government, the federal authorities, have a right to stop you and ask you for your papers to see whether you're a U.S. citizen. The protections of the Fourth Amendment have gone out the window. There basically is no Fourth Amendment protections when it comes to federal authorities within 100 miles.
As long as they are treating everybody equally.
Correct. That's where
that's the key thing.
Correct.
They don't have a right to stop you beyond 100 miles of the border, but if they're treating everybody equally, they're stopping white people, black people, yellow people, green people, purple people, and people of all religions equally at a border stop or at a border checkpoint or at a checkpoint anywhere on a highway, then really you don't have a lot of Fourth Amendment rights. But if they're individually picking people out based on the color of their skin or what they look like, that's when the Fourth Amendment comes in. That's when it's an illegal search and seizure.
Right. And sometimes they'll even have a plan where they'll stop every 7th person, every 10th person. That has to be decided before it begins. There's usually a set plan in action. They'll set up a checkpoint, and they'll say every 3rd, every 5th, every 10th car is stopped and questioned.
And then you would have
to demonstrate
that they actually did what they said they were going to do.
Exactly. You could be here for a year and go visit a state or a city that's near the border, be approached by federal authorities, and be thrown out of the country.
So it's not just about crossing the border. It can be someone who's actually already living here for years.
As long as they don't have any sort of entry stamp. If you have an entry stamp, you came here on a visa, it's a different story. Let me just tell you the history of all of this so we know how we got to where we are today. There is no constitution. The Constitution only exists for people who live in the United States. So at the border, when you come into the airport at the border, you don't have a right to see a lawyer. You don't have a right to see a lawyer when you're at the border in Canada or in Mexico because you haven't made a legal entry into the United States. And the law has evolved over time to, you know, some people would run across the border. And while the Border Patrol was in hot pursuit of people running across the border, the law said, you know what, they really didn't really make an entry. They're trying to evade detection. Come fast forward to the Obama era. Obama said it's not only now no longer hot pursuit, but if you're caught within 100 miles of the border, within 14 days of you being in the United States, and you can't prove you've been here for more than 14 days, you are considered as if you're trying to evade detection and and somebody's in hot pursuit of you. Fast forward to Donald Trump, that orange guy in the White House. He changed that rule from 14 days to 2 years. Wow. That the government basically he's saying is that they've been in hot pursuit of you for the last 2 years. Okay, so if you're caught within 100 miles of the border, and we're gonna put up, you know, what that border looks like. But if you're caught within 100 miles of the border within 2 years of your entry, without a visa, it's expedited removal. Look at what we're looking at here. That is the entire ring of the United States. It includes cities like San Diego, El Paso. It includes entire states like Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Hawaii, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Vermont. They lie almost entirely within this area. 9 of the largest U.S. metropolitan cities, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Philadelphia, Phoenix, San Antonio, San Diego, and San Jose also lie within all of these areas. Now, there are 170 checkpoints by Border Patrol throughout these areas, and you have more limited rights within these areas than without these areas. Let's talk about those limited rights, Paul. Okay. So if you're caught within 100 miles of a border, the U.S. Border Patrol is allowed to stop people. Okay. What kind of defenses would you have if they set up a checkpoint and they're stopping everybody? There's not really much of a, you know, because they're not really making any distinction between any one individual.
And by the way, folks, if you're just joining us, Paul Hirsch is a criminal defense attorney at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Yes, Paul.
Yeah, but now let's say they don't stop at checkpoint, because we get these calls all the time on the Brian Squeeze Show. ICE is on the subway. ICE is, you know, ICE is on Jamaica Avenue. ICE is in Los Angeles. ICE is walking the streets. Do they have a right to just stop you, even though you're with, I mean, they have to have some reasonable suspicion, I would presume, right? And maybe you want to expand on this, and I think that before they stop you, because how would they know if, you know, they would have to know something that either you're here legally or that you've been here for less than 2 years.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it comes down to probably what you look like. And that's why it becomes very discriminatory. If the color of your skin makes a federal authority believe that, you know, they want to check your papers, then that's what they're going to use. And clearly that's not enough on a state level or constitutional level.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say you're in New York City. Okay, you are somebody who's out of status or somebody who's concerned about Immigration and Border Patrol. I mean, obviously, you come to a checkpoint. You know, you're in trouble. You can't, you know, be like the Three Stooges and go run. You know, so
you can try.
I mean, you can try, but you're not going to get too far. Okay, but just if you're walking down the street, what kind of things should people be thinking about?
Well, you should be thinking about, you know, making sure you have identification on you. You should be thinking about making sure you have an attorney that, you know, you're comfortable with and someone can reach out on your behalf. Whether they give you that opportunity or not, that's a different story.
Do you have a right to remain silent?
You certainly, yes.
You do have a right to remain silent.
You have a right to remain silent.
Do you have to provide them with your passwords to email or other social media for them to check whether or not you have something on social media that would indicate you are out of status because you're remaining silent?
No, you don't have to give them your passwords. You don't have to give them that stuff. They'll take your electronic devices. They may try to get in it. They may try to convince you that, oh, let me just take a look and I'll let you go kind of idea. But no, you do not have to give them.
And they reserve the right to lie too, right?
Yes, they not forget about the federal authorities, the regular state authorities as well. They're allowed to lie, cheat, make up falsehoods to get you to say or do something that they want you to do.
Right. You know, a lot of this is going to come down to discrimination.
Right.
You know, why would somebody pick, for example, Squeeze over me. Okay,
I'm black.
We're both U.S. citizens.
Yes, I'm black.
Okay, but if Squeeze and I are walking down the street, who are they going to? Who is Border Patrol going to stop first?
I'm going to repeat myself. I'm black.
Correct. Or maybe if you were Hispanic.
Yes.
Okay. And if that is the only reason, is the color of your skin or what you were wearing that makes you look like a foreigner, okay? You're going to look
like a Muslim.
That's discrimination.
Yeah.
Okay, and they have laws against discrimination even in these situations. Okay, and so there's a big difference between being stopped at a checkpoint when everybody is stopped and they are asking Brad Bernstein for ID, they're asking David Squeeze Annakie for ID, they're asking Paul Hirsch for ID, versus just literally walking down the street and say, hey, you look like you got dark skin, show me identification. And even if Squeeze were to show identification, and let's assume he's an illegal alien, which I know for a fact he's not, because
I'll tell you this, if I'm walking down the street and they attempt to stop me and ask me, I simply say, no, and I keep walking.
That's what I would do as well.
I'm a U.S. citizen.
But they have something called habeas corpus, Squeeze.
And expound on
okay, habeas corpus, and it's Latin for bring the prisoner forward. So as an attorney, if you know because you don't have rights. Okay, you don't have.
Who doesn't have rights?
You don't have rights within 100 miles.
If you're not a U.S. citizen or a resident.
Correct, and you're caught within 2 years. But you also have rights against unlawful stops, unlawful searches, even within this 100 miles of a border. And if the only thing that the Border Patrol can point to is your dark skin or your clothes, and that's what caused you to stop this person, that to me would be an illegal stop, and I think that would be unconstitutional.
Yes, and I think that was the big case out in Arizona when they had the sheriff, Arapo, who was found guilty of illegal discriminatory practices, and President Trump just pardoned him. So,
well, that was pretty sad there.
Yeah, let's slip something in here that's very important. The phone number, ladies and gentlemen, for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein happens to be 1-800-529-5465. We're going to throw it up right there on your screen shortly. The number is 1-800-529-5465. If you'd like a whole lot more on what Brad and Paul Hirsch is speaking about, you can simply call that number 1-800-529-5465. Very important number. That is the number for the law office of Spar Bernstein here inside of New York City at 225 Broadway. Go ahead, Paul.
And I would think that's probably one of the smartest things you can do now. If you're here illegally, you're working on maybe your papers, and have an attorney that you've already consulted with. Have their number. Have your family know that you've consulted with that attorney. Have them have that number for you, so that should they get wind that you've been picked up by the authorities, at least someone can reach out to your attorney, and maybe there can be something done to help protect you.
You know, Paul, discrimination is something that we keep fighting with here at Spar and Bernstein, that lots of attorneys, lots of people are fighting. You should always have a good attorney saved to your phone. Probably the best way to protect yourself and the best way to protect your family is have a good attorney saved in your phone, especially if you're living within 100 miles of a border, especially if you don't have a visa entry, because you're not going to be able to prove you were here for 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, unless you have work records or school records or hospital records. They're going to throw you out of the country.
Absolutely.
Unless you have a good attorney who's going to do something to protect your rights.
Right, and whatever rights you have, however limited they are, you alone are not going to be able to do anything about it. You're going to need an attorney.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why it's extremely important for you to dial a number. You know, I'd like to see you dial it, let it ring for about 10-15 seconds. This way we know you're truly saving the number. The number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's the number for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and we all need to have that number stored in our phone. And as Paul Hirsch noted earlier,
for your own safety.
Give it to your family. Give it to your family members.
Do it for your own safety.
Give it to your friends, and give it to your foes. All right?
All right, thank you, Squeeze.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, and we'll go.
Thank you, the Brad and Squeeze show fans. Brad Bernstein, myself, discussing that border, 100 miles within.
That is.
Very interesting information.
It is very
interesting. Very interesting information. I'm
people
glad.
need to know this information, Squeeze.
Absolutely. Now, listen, let's get back to answering some immigration questions. Once again, folks, we do apologize for those people who are now tuning into 93.5 because we've had some issues on Facebook, but we're rectifying that. The number to call is 1-800-529-5465. Let's get to some calls at 1-800-529-5465. Thanks to 93.5.
Stacy's calling from Canada.
Stacy from Canada. Hello, Stacy.
Hey.
Hello.
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 Stacy's
Good
calling
afternoon.
from Canada.
How you
I
doing?
didn't have my microphone on. Hello.
Hello.
Or as they say in Canada,
Hello.
hey.
Hey, Stacy.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Is that what they say in Canada? Hey.
You've been waiting on the line. You've been waiting on the line, eh?
Eh?
Yeah, for long.
Where in Canada are you?
Mississauga.
Mississauga, Canada. One of my favorite places. I have no idea where that is.
Are you a Canadian citizen?
Where's Mississauga, Canada?
Are you a Canadian citizen?
No, I'm a resident.
Where's Mississauga? My mic is on.
Yeah, it is. No,
it's close to Brampton.
My mic is on now.
Okay.
Yes, my mic is now on. Do you hear me, Stacy?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Did you hear me before?
No.
No.
Yes.
You did.
I could.
You could.
See?
Very
Right.
low. Now my mic. I was going through your microphone.
No, I don't want you talking through my mic.
I am not.
Okay. What's your question for Brad?
All right. What's your question? You didn't tell me where Mississauga, Canada is, by the way.
Mississauga, close to Brampton. What could I say? I don't know.
Close to Brampton. Of course, another one of my favorite places in Canada. I don't know where that is either. All right. So what's your question, Stacy?
Okay, my question is, right, I would like to know, if I was living in the U.S. before, right?
Right.
I had 2 kids there before. So I had a visa, and the visa was revoked from me. Like, I went to Jamaica coming back because I overstayed my time, and they took away the visa. Then I came back, and I had my kids, and then I leave.
How'd you
like
come?
5 years ago.
Whoa. We skipped over a part. They took away your visa, and then her next sentence was, and I came back. How did you come back if they took away your visa?
On someone's papers.
Aha! Did they catch you?
No.
No. And then you became a permanent resident of Canada.
Yeah, I did.
All right. So you've overstayed your time. You've had your visa taken away. You have entered America with a fraudulent document and then eventually got residence in Canada. Just because you're a resident of Canada doesn't give you any special dispensation that you now can overcome all these problems that you've had with America. You need waivers and all sorts of issues. You have all sorts of issues.
Okay, because that's what I want to know. Because now my daughter is 21.
Yeah, but you can't get a waiver through your daughter.
Oh.
You need to get a waiver only through a spouse or a parent.
Oh, so my daughter can't sponsor me?
She can, but if you don't have a parent or a spouse, you're not getting a green card because you need a waiver.
Oh. Okay, that's the question I wanted to know.
You want to?
At no time at all.
You need a waiver through a parent or a spouse. Without a parent who's legal here or a spouse that's legal here, unless Donald Trump changes the law in your favor, which I strongly doubt.
Right.
No time in the future are you going to get a green card.
Right. But I think she should actually see if there are any other options.
Yeah. I just said the option, but she can have a consultation with me anyway. Hold on. All right. That's what it is.
Once again, folks, this is the Brad and Squeeze
It was a much
show.
happier conversation when I didn't know where Mississauga, Canada was.
Mississauga,
Canada. Somebody from Brooklyn is on the line.
Let's go to Brooklyn. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800.
Yes, Brad.
Neville, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up,
All right. My question is, can I marry my fiancée, go back home, and then come back and put the paperwork in up here?
Can he marry his fiancée?
Go back home.
And then come back
up here and put the papers in here.
Not based on what you just told me, because you would be coming with the intention of getting a green card. That's against the law.
All right.
All right. Now, if you're here more than 90 days and you get married, file your papers here because you obviously have changed your mind. Then get an advance parole and travel back and forth on the
more than 90 days.
So then what you do is get married now, file your adjustment, apply for advance parole, and travel on the advance parole.
So we'd have to stay till the advance parole come true.
Which is another 90 days.
Yep.
It's better than going home. It's better than going home and waiting a year and a half for a green card. It's better than going home and coming back and having a problem and getting deported. So given those three choices, do what I just told you. Hold on.
Hold on one second. Once again, folks, the number here is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Do remember there's a criminal defense department. Do remember there's a personal injury department. So especially construction accidents, you definitely need Spar and Bernstein, in my opinion. Do remember that there's a tax department. Do remember there's a family law department. And one number. Just dial this number, let it ring for about 10-15 seconds, store the number in your smart device, aka mobile phone. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to one more call.
All right, Anna.
Hi.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, guys. Listen, I listen to your show all the time, even though you keep saying that no one's listening, no one's calling, but I don't know how many times I can call. But the information you guys give are the best.
We're only kidding. We know we have literally tens of thousands of people watching and listening.
Yeah, no. I am very interested in your show. It's like one of the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a few questions. Like you were just talking about, the 100-mile rule from the border. So the fact is that, so you said I can't travel to Connecticut. I can't travel to Pennsylvania. I mean, how do you find out where these checkpoints are?
You don't know where the checkpoints are, and the 100-mile rule applies to everybody, but you only have to be, you obviously have to be concerned if you're out of status, but you have to be extraordinarily concerned if you don't have a legal entry and you can't prove you've been here for more than 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, what do I need to carry to prove that I've been here for 20 years?
How did you come to the United States?
Right, on F1.
Okay, so you don't need to carry anything. They have evidence that you made a legal entry into America. They have to give you, even if they catch you, they have to give you a deportation hearing. What we're saying is...
I didn't get that. Sorry?
Okay, let's say you are out of status. Let's say you're out of status. I don't know if you are or not. Let's hypothetically say Anna's out of status. Okay? If Anna is entered the country without inspection and is caught within 100 miles of a border, which is both land and sea, within the first 2 years of your entry without inspection, that's expedited removal. You don't get a chance to see a judge and fight it out whether you should be able to stay or not. If you are,
are you saying that they will have a record of my entry?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have a legal entry, or you have been here for more than 2 years, or you are caught beyond 100 miles of the border, you get to see a judge and fight it out. That's the law.
Right. So I have legal rights if I get.
You have legal rights. Yeah.
So they will give me a lawyer?
No. You have to have me as.
I'll have to call a lawyer.
You have to call a lawyer. You don't get in immigration. You don't get. You don't have the right to a free legal aid attorney in immigration like you do in a criminal case.
Right. Okay. Right. So but I'm kind of worried because I had a DS duration of stay.
All right. So hold on one second because we're running out of time, and I think that you're going to require a consultation because we're not going to solve all your problems. You've been here for 20 years, and we got to get you.
Are you also, one last question? Are you able to get me my ID renewal?
I don't know. Let me see. You got to come in. And what ID are you talking about? Your passport? I mean, a green card, a work permit? I don't know what you're talking about.
No, ID renewal. My identification.
I don't know what identification, but we're going to run out of time, so I got
New York State.
All right, so hold on one second.
No,
once again, folks, we want to say thank you so much for joining us here on the Brad and Squeeze Show on 93.5 and, of course, all these social media platforms. And, of course, we're here to help you. We're going to make this very legal. And once again, thanks to the entire team from producing this wonderful show. And again,
all right, we're out of here.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And, of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing? Ay, ay, ay.